My lighting used to look like this. And for less than $100, I turned it into this. But you already know that from the thumbnail. With this lighting rack, I can illuminate scenes like this, or shots like this, or shots like this, and use it to film objects without distraction like this. Hey, whoa, what are you doing? This is cinematic content, you can't... Don't you dare to put me on double time. Alright, okay, then let's speed run through the intro. I want to show you how you can do this too in just 4 chapters. Chapter 1, the background. Chapter 2, powering the rig. Chapter 3, the lighting. And Chapter 4 is a mystery chapter. Let's call it spicing it up. At first, I wanted to use my wardrobe. It seemed ideal with the lighting on top and already a clean background. But it was too heavy and I needed something mobile. The cupboard was fixed, heavy, and filled with random stuff. But then I remembered I had this clothing rack standing around with no good purpose. It was perfect, extendable, easy to move around, and easy to work with. I just threw a black cloth over it to have a distraction-free new background, as you can see here, and attached it with some magnets. Those magnets came with hooks. In the beginning, I didn't really know what to do with them, but at the end, they turned out quite handy because I'm hanging all random sorts of stuff on there. And when I'm done, I can pack up very quickly and move the rag somewhere where it doesn't disturb me. Okay, after rushing me through all of that, I think the least you can do is to like and subscribe. Chapter 2, powering the rig. Whilst the 3D printer is still printing parts for our project in the background, I want to tackle the power consumption question. I found a good DIY solution for getting power to the rack using an old decommissioned power strip as well as a broken vacuum. So we even do a bit of recycling in this project. Isn't that great? Or I guess repurposing. The plan is to use the extension cord of the broken vacuum, including the retraction function, as well as the power outlets from the old power strip, and combine them into the power unit for the rack. Let's have a look. For that we need to get the extension cord, including the mechanism, out of this vacuum without breaking it. Alright, there's screws here. Let's get a screwdriver. Oh, I got him. Haha, yeah. Okay, interesting. Hold it together somehow. Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. That to the side. Don't really need that. Actually, we do need this. I would love to reuse the button here. Here is what we needed. All right, this is the cable mount. And then you press here and it goes back. Pretty good. It's pretty close to the wheel, logically. And I can see the contacts down here in the middle. This one lifts out, but it's hinged as well. And here. But those screws have come out, right? Oh no, we forgot one. Well, that makes sense. That's also what held the gray one on. Yeah, this is probably now turning the shaft. Yeah, okay, so we have to hold on to the shaft. Yeah. There you go, final screw. Like this. Okay, we're talking. There you go. And this is... Oh, there it comes off. Okay, it came off. Awesome. So it was just a press fit after all. Now that we got this unit out of the vacuum, we need to figure out what kind of housing I have to print for it to fit it into our build. And I think all they did was really press fit connected to the casing of the vacuum with this little stubby piece, which is 10.5 or almost 11 millimeters times 10.5 or almost 11 millimeters. We just need to replicate this kind of press fit, and then once we have the housing done, cut off a piece of this cord and connect the hopefully 2 wires that are in here, could be 3 wires actually, to this here. Maybe solder it, maybe crimp it. I don't have a crimp big enough for 230 volts. Finally, the last piece printed out, we can start building. Start recording. Oh, we already are still recording. What the hell? To rehouse the repurposed cable drum from the vacuum, we need 6 parts in total. The cable drum itself, the 2 parts we harvested from the vacuum, this is the power plug holder and the power button, or the retractor button, the housing that we 3D printed, as well as the lid for the housing, and a clamp to clamp on the housing onto the rack. The lid itself has more than just a lid. This is just a lid, but we also have the attachment to later on store the extension cord with the power outlets. This is what that looks like later. A bit overscaled for the cable storage, but better too much than too little, I guess. Okay, let's try to fit this together. Except this doesn't fit. Yes, it fits. Yes, it fits. There we are. There we are. The first issue is this part of the plastic collides into
into this part. It's printed into the housing. And it seems like I didn't think about this crashing into that. So that's on me. I will definitely not print this again. It took over a day just to print this part. We will probably have to see how we can take the stuff out of here without destroying everything. The first attempt is with a good old soldering iron with an old tip that I've put in upside down. Let's try if I can melt out the parts here that I don't need. I hope that works. Oh yeah, it's melting. Bad idea probably, but I'll take a kitchen towel. It's of course a bit wet, the kitchen towel, but still it's 450 degrees soldering iron and equally hot melted plastic, and then a paper towel, which is kind of a recipe for a home fire. So obviously don't try this at home, in case that wasn't clear. And I'm sure the fumes are anything but healthy, so let's try to open a window and stay away from it. I really don't like the fumes. Get careful not to hit the switch. I think I've hit the switch. Awesome. Yes, there it is. That's the edge off. Awesome. Some more plastic trash, as if we haven't produced enough of that already. We got it. We finally got it. I made it fit. We won't see it in the final build. Let's try to put on the guard. That's that. I'm proud of this. Even this fit perfectly. Now we can solder on the extension cord. Let's do that next.
We have to solder this to that, so we have to cut the cable. There we go. And we have to get these connectors off somehow. Yep, that's one. Twist and turn, yep, that's the other one. Scuff up this a little bit if possible. Solder better sticks to it actually. First we have to put this cable through the lid, because the lid is already here. To provide a little bit of relief in case I ever pull on this cable, I want to tie a knot into this. And now, oh wait, maybe we don't have the space for a knot. No, I don't think we have the space for the knot. Twist this a little bit. Okay, I will some shrink wrap. Let me see if I have shrink wrap. Of course we don't have shrink wrap, but I got the hot glue gun, so we will hot glue insulate this. Don't know if that works, but hey. All right, let's prime these two with a little bit of soldering, solder, yeah. Ha! So hot. Oh jeez! Oh, I haven't realized. Oh, look at that. Okay, hardcore solder mode activated. There you go. Who needs a soldering iron? Time to test if our solder works and if we have a connection here. We've got power. Hell yeah. Let's connect a charger. Yeah, it's charging. Perfect. We can now insulate this. Throw some hot glue on it, like this. Ooze it over. Yeah, I think I got it. Yes, that's the lid on. Attach this here, sack like that, and that's our cable drum done. Time to attach it. I added a TPU gasket so that it fits snugly onto the rack. Mounting the power unit is easy. Just 4M4 screws and nuts. That's it. I probably should have installed it the right way around from the beginning, but this was easier to shoot, and I guess now you can see how good it holds on. Anyways, power unit done, let's get the beauty shots. As promised, we repurposed the retract button. Now I've got power anywhere around the rack, plus an extension cord that allows me to move the power outlets around freely. Chapter 3, mounting the lights. First, a trip to the hardware store. I picked up some broomsticks and some PVC pipes. These sticks are telescopic. I didn't think about that. Maybe not the right thing. This looks like it. Yes, that's what I had in mind. 1.40 meters. Oops. Hey, guys, where you going? All right, this is what I wanted. It's just a stick, a broomstick. It's a literal broomstick. I don't hate the wood, but what about the plastic? Maybe a bit lighter. Yeah, not bad. Peggy perfect. Yeah, okay. I have to support it like this with a 3D printed part. That's got to be a tough part. That's the shortest PVC pipe I have. Is it even PVC? Anyways, so that will be okay. The length is 1 meter. It's definitely lighter. 2 of these ones. And headed home to design some mounts for it. After a lot of iterations, I landed on this bottom bracket design. The bottom bracket clamps to the rack just like the power unit with 4 M4 screws and nuts. And of course, all the models you see here are available on my Thingiverse for you to print as well for free. Except for the power unit housing, that's pretty specific to my case and I don't recommend anyone to do that. Now I got a way to mount the IKEA hectare lamps to a lower point. And at the same time, these brackets function as a mounting point for the PVC pipe to extend the IKEA hectare lamps further up to have light on eyesight height, if that makes sense. To clamp the IKEA hectare lamp to the PVC pipe, not sponsored by IKEA by the way, I also designed a hectare lamp holder, so to speak. But what if we need the light to be in front of the subject and not just on the side? That's what we'll do next. For mounting on the top bar, I designed a 3D clamp with a compliant spring mechanism. Shout out to Slant3D for explaining in his video, link in the description below. Snap it onto the rack, slide over the PVC pipe, and you're good to go. Now I can have the light coming from the front, but we are still connected to the rack and stay mobile. It's not very visible right now because it's still daylight out, but you will see in the other shots. But what if I want the light to less spill all over and be more focused? That's what we're doing next, but we needed to get dark out first. Before it gets dark out, let me show you how to mount the broomsticks with a similar design. We are using the same compliant spring mechanism as before. Have a simple hole for putting the broomstick through and a 3D printed M20 screw with a big handle on it to tighten it down. And a TPU gasket, similar to the one we've seen before, slides over the broomstick to increase friction and prevent slipping. Slide the broomstick through, tighten it down, and it's fixed. To attach the light to the broomstick, I designed and 3D printed another part with the same idea. TPU gasket, press fit it over, tighten it down with a screw. There you go. And here's a bonus that I've shown you previously. I didn't even have this in mind, but with a bit of fishing line, I can suspend any objects between the two broomsticks and have a clean background when I want to film it from frontal views. All right, it's finally dark out, so I can show you much more what I mean when I say that the light scatters all over me. Let's put on the studio lights. Studio lights, as if it was so professional. I installed the second one down here, same deal, and turn off the main light. Aha, hello. That's a whole different story now. That's exactly what I mean. It's the light is kind of all over the place. I can switch this one off again to make it more obvious where one light goes. So as you can see, the light is not only on my face as I like it to be, but also scattering on the background as well as the white wall behind it. I wanted it to be more focused and only on the face. So similar to a key light, I 3D printed an egg crate that fits perfectly over the IKEA hectare lamp. Let me show you. These are the egg crates. I've printed 2 different versions, one with 18mm holes and one with 8mm holes. Obviously this is what it looks like if there is no egg crate on it at all. And then this is the 18mm before, after. And then this is the 8mm, and that's really dim. It's really taking out a lot of light. Before, after. Let me show you on another example where I pointed on the curtain and you can see the difference of the light scattering. This is what it looks like without any egg crate on it, and that's the 18mm.
so already a lot more focused. And then this is the 8mm, and now I basically only have a circle. All right, now I have the smaller one, the 8mm egg crate, on the light that's pointed at me, and the bigger one, the 18mm egg crate, at the light that is pointing at the curtain. And you can see there's almost no light anymore on the wall behind me, and much more focused just on my face. So it's really a difference is night and day. And now you could argue that's too little light, so let's put in some more powerful bulbs with more lumen that also can change color, and see what that looks like. More powerful light bulbs with more lumen of course mean a bigger form factor, so the old hack crates were too deep and wouldn't fit in this one, so I had to create more shallow versions that are just the thickness of the rim. But still we have the two sizes, 18mm and 8mm holes here. All right, now we're on the more powerful lights, and we're almost back to the beginning. The benefit is that I can easily dim these. So if I can go down, I can decide how much light I actually want. Oh, now it's off. This is the minimum light. And then probably if I switch this one off, and then I just go up here and then put this one back on, this stays this color. I can also put this off, switch the color here, make this one more warm, switch this one back on. Okay, that looks terrible. Or we switch to purple, and then this one back on, and we would have a much cleaner picture. Let's have a quick look on these egg crates. I 3D designed two different versions. One deeper one for smaller light bulbs, and one shallow one for bigger light bulbs. And these egg crate attachments are mounted to the Hector lamp with a simple press fit. I've intentionally left a small gap between the egg crate and the Hector lamp to be able to fit a very slim TPU friction ring between it, so that the egg crates slide onto the light much like a ND filter would on an action cam. That way they stay in place even if the lamp is upside down. Let's talk about cost. I promised you to stay under $100, and here's how I did that. My clothing rack is very old, but you can get similar ones for $20 online. The cloth to hang over was another $20. The two IKEA Hector lamps were together $30. The magnets were $10. The basic light bulbs from IKEA were $3. The PVC pipe and broomsticks from the hardware store were another $10. And there you have it. In total, just a smudge under $100. You can improve this setup, however, by adding more Hector lamps as I did here. The cable drum and extension cord were not included since I upcycled them. And the same goes true for the 3D prints. I already had everything for that. But honestly, this setup looks a bit boring. Let's spice it up. Chapter 4. Spicing it up. I've always liked these graffiti style paint jobs you currently see all over social media. Like this car, for example, or even on the skid steer. At the same time, I always liked how Nick the artist, or Nick however you say that, uses bright spray paints in this mist setup to bring his artworks to life. So I want to combine these two styles in my own way by painting two of these Hector lights. There's only one problem. I don't own any spray paint. So let's head over to the spray paint shop. Second stop, spray paint shop. Let's see if they got what I need. We got what we wanted. Look at that. Let's head back home. So let's bring a little bit of color in, but before we do it with the Hector lamps, I want to test it on this trusty can of chips. Ooh, into the camera. No, don't do that. Oof, that's big. Yeah, that's better. Like this. No. All right, so for first trying it out, I think it looks okay-ish and doesn't really pop on camera, but looks okay in real life. And then I have this other color combo. I want to try that too, but I won't try it on this one because it's done now already. I want to try it on the wood here. It doesn't really matter. Okay, that's really ugly. I don't like it at all. Okay, that's terrible. Say this is a green instead. Yeah, I like that a lot better. All right, we're back at the spot where we paint our stuff. This is a color test we did from last time. We are back with the lamps properly taped up, so nothing can go on the important parts. Inside both lamps, we'll paint them white to reflect more light, even though it's not really important, but I want to try it out. And then the two different styles you'll see later on. Ooh, okay. Okay. Booyah, I'm quite happy with it. Booyah? Who says booyah? Anyways, I do. The inside is painted. I didn't tape up the outside for it because we will paint over that anyways. I took a bit of an off-white, bone white this is called, and the thing looks quite cool. Look at that. Outside, inside. And of course we painted a fly. Front is taped off, time to paint. All right, we are getting somewhere, look at that. Well, this doesn't look much further, but it is. As you can see, the painting phase is done. The two beautiful lamps are ready. They are still quite tacky, so I put them on some parchment paper not to ruin my black background before we have even finished this project. So now all that remains is putting on some details. And I have one drippy white paint stick for it and two adding. I first thought about putting on some black spray paint, but I think these objects are too small to make that look good. Black spray paint streaks would be too big for the size of this lamp. I don't know what I'm saying. It's late, all right? Maybe we can start with this small one, where we kind of get used to, how this works. Actually, I've kept the cable in a bag just to not paint it, but now I'm kind of contemplating if I should have painted it too. Let me know what you think. Should I have painted the cable or leave it black as it is? Okay, one of these is new, one is not. This one is a new one for sure. And I think I'll start with some black highlights on this. I'm trying to figure out an angle how you can see this. 2x zoom is good. Trying to imitate what I've seen online here. Maybe like this. That's probably not a good idea. All right, that's where we at. Have a look, have a peek. That's a black border outline. That's all it is. Okay, let's try the white one. I wanted to play around with the white stick a bit. I don't actually know if you have to shake it, but I'll shake it. And this is more like actual paint. It's not an adding, it's more like paint. Then I thought on here, could put some white highlight. Okay, behaves weirdly on parchment paper. Yeah, that looks cool, look at that. That looks pretty neat. I'm very much in a trust the process type of situation at the moment, because I'm not sure how this will work out in the end. All right, let's try white bars around, or white edges around this one. Stipple that goop. I like that.
Oh, that's terrible. Maybe we should take the new one for that. I don't know. Okay. Okay. Oh, that is a look. It's a look. It is a look. I don't know if I like the look, but white dot that just kind of droops. Ooh, that's too much. Okay, no problem. Well, worth a try, I guess. Yeah, that was kind of a nope. But okay, we live in that world now. It's fine. You know, it was just a test piece, it's okay. No, we'll do the forward one first. This one will go white with this stip-on technique. Like that. And then let's see if we can get it done. The back one, I want it black. Then we get this kind of shaded effect. Like this. I think I'll try to do like a little run around here. Yeah, I like it. And then maybe add like one drop here that goes like this. Come on, there you go. Now it's running. I like that. Can you see that? Yeah, that's cool. All right. Not too much, not too much. Stop there. There we go, I think that's running. Yes. Maybe the next one here. There we go, that's enough. That's it. Oh yeah, perfect amount.
Alright, it's getting late now, but I've been continuously painting away at the lamp. Here's a quick sneak peek onto the other one. For the other lamp we have dark colors over here and bright colors over here, whilst the one we just finished had bright colors all over and was more divided between this side and this side. So I think we'll do something more horizontal with the detailing, since the whole pattern is already going this direction. And after quite some time and late at night, I also finished the second lamp. So here's a sneak peek of that, and more on that in a second.
Look at those. Don't they look amazing? I'm pretty happy with it, but tell me what you think in the comments down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe this video. The last thing we need to do is to protect the paint with a little bit of clear coat to make them more durable. We finished the clear coating, and let's see if you can see the difference. Unfortunately, the light situation is not the same as before, so it's not really comparable, but maybe you can see a difference anyways. The clear coat I used on these has a satin finish, so it's not glossy or matte, but in between. And with that, this build is finally done. Woohoo! Oh, this was so much to do. It looks like not very much, but it was a lot, I'll tell you that. It took me over a month to get all the designs right, the painting done, get all the gear. It was a lot of work, and I'm finally done with it. On to the beauty shots. Stop recording.